YouTube, what's going on, guys? Lego PC back for another video. This one was kind of complicated because I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, and I still don't know exactly what I want to do, but we're just gonna kind of go with it. We're gonna let the camera run. We are gonna talk about the Starre tank, the Freemax Starre. We are going to talk about some new flavors. We are going to talk about the Billow V2, which is being wicked right now. I was in the process of doing that and going through my third coil. So I have been using it for about 3 weeks straight here. But what we really want to talk about is the Starre, because I'm already behind on it, and I know you guys want to hear about it. Some people asked about it in the Reddit the other day, probably about sometime last week. What was the best Clearo on the market, flavor-wise, vapor production-wise, everything-wise, overall, and really it comes down to the Freemax Starre. It just is. It is the best on the market, in my opinion, and a lot of others' opinions. Hopefully the lighting's a little more adequate today. We got lots of lighting going on, lots and lots of lighting going on, though it is another shit day here in Chicago. If you don't know, we're much like Texas right now. We are getting nailed with water. My basement's flooded 3 or 4 times already in the last 2 weeks. Lots and lots of water, and it didn't rain yesterday, but of course it's raining right now again today. So it is what it is. What are you going to do about it, Can't control the weather. It is what it is. So first of all, we're going to start off with me finishing up wicking a Billow real quick. It's not going to be a review. It's not going to be anything crazy. But you know what? I'll dip the camera down. We'll take a look as I'm wrapping up this wicking. So far, this coil has been great to me. It's a 0.22, and I've been running it about between 55 and 60 watts. With no issues. I have not had a single dry hit on this device with this coil, so I love it right now. I absolutely love it. So you know what? We'll turn the camera around. We'll do a little up close with the new webcam. Haven't done one of those yet, so we'll see you downtown. Alright, now that we're done making a cotton mess everywhere, we've got the Billow V2 back up here. Here's the juice line I was just talking about. So this is the clean vape. Really nice looking juice, all in glass jars. See if we can get a focus on here, maybe. Regardless, whether it focuses or not, this thing sucks at focusing. Really good juice. I'm going to go ahead and fill my tank up real quick. I'm going to take a few drags after it, let that cotton soak it up. This fill method is really cool on the Billow. It's basically just imagine filling a Clearo. It's the same method. I'll just get in the camera real quick. So all I'm doing is holding the Billow right here, and it's got these little side holes on here, and I'm just gonna drip juice onto it. This dripper on this e-liquid is not very good. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know why. It's really like resistant. I'm like squeezing the shit out of this thing and just wants to fight me. Fight, bro? What's really cool about the V2, so say even if I did wick this bad, I looked at it afterwards and decided that I didn't like the way this wicked. I wasn't hitting over 50 watts. I was getting some dry hits. I can take the base out and not have to worry about re-emptying all this goddamn juice, which, if you've done rebuildable tanks, is the worst. It's the worst. You build and you're for sure it's 100% awesome, and then you go to vape on it and you're just like, well, this sucks. And now I gotta empty it all out. And things like the Billow and the Orchid, it was a pain to get your needle tip in there, and it was it just wasn't fun. And this has been great. It's just been absolutely great. I can't wait to do the review on this one. If you're waiting, I'll tell you now, this is a winner. We'll go obviously into a lot more detail. You got to see a little bit of a wicking that I do, but yeah, it's been great. It's been real great. Okay, so we got, you know, pretty full. I like to leave a little air bubble in there, and we'll close that off. And all I do is I'm gonna take this. It catches. I mean, the threading on this is great. It catches the threading right away. Catch the threads, dip it over. Look at that. We've got air bubbles for days. Air bubbles just going up everywhere. We're good. And we're just gonna let that soak, and you know, we'll hit that in a little bit, and we'll see how it was. Yeah. Okay. So, what we really wanted to talk about today, the Starre tank. So we're gonna talk about the Starre tank. The reason I did a couple things is when you do these new Clearos, make sure you can get a little bit of focus here. These new Clearos are pretty easy to review. There's not a ton to go over. You have regular coils. This is not a rebuildable section on this Starre tank. The Freemax Starre, which is the same thing as the Magnus or the Magnus tank. I guess there was a falling out between the ownership and the developers, and Starre went one way, the Magnus went another. So I chose to wait till the Starre contacted me. So what's really cool about the Starre, if I can find the box. There it is. I have a lot of boxes in here. What's really cool about the Starre is it's real basic. It's real clean. Here's the one I'm using now. That's what the tank looks like. What the box looks like. Got another one right here. So basic packaging. It's just going to come like this. Obviously, nothing fantastic. I don't really want to go through whole unboxing, but I will break it down for you real quick because this one is empty. So you got your drip tip. Real wide bore, real tight, double O-rings. Okay, let's do some zoom up of my beard. Just kidding. All right, so we've got a O-ring or a double O-ring drip tip, really big bore drip tip. This is real big bore. Okay, real good size. Okay, and we've got the rotatable airflow control that clicks into place, which is beautiful. It just feels great. You hear that? Real cool. So you can get down to about that size if you want. And fully open. There's fully closed. Looks closer to like that. So you can imagine that's on both sides. So a lot of airflow is possible. Now, to unscrew this, you just untighten that, and we've got the coil head. Inside, we've got, I believe it's 2 pieces here. You can unscrew this piece. And what that does is you'll see the base in there is threaded, and it has no ring. Okay, so if you want to take it apart to clean it, you can do that. Not a big issue. Pretty simple. And here's your shaft section. Okay. Pretty basic, nicely constructed, no sharp edges, no issues with anything like that. Put this back together. Threading again, really good. No issues with any of the threading. Everything tightens on well. No issues with the O-rings, no O-rings falling off or anything like that. Okay, here we get to the star of the show, which is the coil. Though I'm not really impressed with the coil. There's a lot of cotton on this one. Here's what the coil looks like. Get that in camera. Okay, there is a parallel vertical coil in there with cotton sheets wrapped all around it, and we've got some big juice collection holes there. Little juice wells there. There's 4 of them all the way around. Again, this is like a basic Clearo, so if you wanted to take your coil out, you just unscrew it. Very simple. And here's your airflow on the back side here. Okay, maybe. Seems to only work when I block it. Okay. There we go. So there's airflow, lots of airflow on there, guys. Lots and lots and lots of airflow. Threaded on there. Okay. Basic coil, I would say. I haven't seen anything special about this one. The big special thing about this one, as you're going to see, it says it does. Let's see if I can get that in focus. Come on. Maybe. Alright, DVC 20 to 60 watts. This is a 0.5 ohm. I chose to go with the 0.5 ohms. I feel like they're best suited for the way I vape. This also is all clean inside, but you obviously can clean that out if you want. It's hollow inside up until the 510 connection on the back, which does not protrude. So please be careful when vaping or on a hybrid mod. I would not vape this on a hybrid mod. I know pretty much every reviewer talks about that nowadays, but I don't vape with hybrids, so not a concern of mine. Okay, so that's in there. See, when you first get a brand new one, there is a little bit of tension to that airflow control ring. It's just, there we go. Whereas one that's been used quite often, just rotates like that. No issues. However, it still stops exactly where you tell it to stop, and you can't fault it for that. Works great. So let me back up the camera here. Back in a normal mode here. So again, Clearo, pretty basic. We got the cotton sheets wrapped around. We got a parallel dual coil in there. So we're getting lots and lots of vapor. Once you've put your new coil in there, you will juice it all up. You'll just drop juice all around the top of it, all down the sides of it. Screw it back on. You got a nice sturdy O-ring. Make sure it's on nice and tight. It's being held by O-rings after the threading. The O-rings work great. I've had no issues. It does say Starre tank right on there. It looks pretty nice. And then, of course, your drip tip, which fits in there very snug. Very snug. I like it. Wide bore, airflow, wide open. Plenty of airflow. Really good stuff. So this is the Starre tank, and I'll show you what it vapes like real quick. I've got a new juice in the one I'm currently using right here. To say this guy is sturdy is an understatement. I'm going to show you something real quick that I fucked up on. This one I took outside and dropped it. I was grilling and the mod slipped out of my back pocket, fell on the ground. I thought I broke my Starre tank. You're going to see, let me zoom up so you guys can see this clearly. You're going to see, possibly, okay, see that black seam down there? Let me see if I can point it out, right here. See that right there? Now, watch when I rotate this. You can see that seam gets a little bit bigger. Little bit bigger, you see that? I kind of separated the base a little bit. Okay. I believe you might be able to see it again when I do it like this. It's tilted a little bit. It's a little bit tilted. It's my fault. It wasn't the manufacturer's. I dropped it, and it is what it is. However, that seam was about that big, and I took some pliers with the airflow control open, squeezed it, and it was able to, mostly get it completely flat. And even when it was tilted, it still worked 100% fine for me. So really nice, sturdy quality. You could drop this thing multiple times outside on concrete while grilling and still get through a vape. Now it says 20 to 60 watts. However, I've done 65 on here with no problem. So here's 62 watts right now. No dry hit. Really strong though. Whew. Let's drop that back down to 50. It's a really warm vape, especially with this drip tip, and you can tell I dropped it because the drip tip's all scuffed up. Same drip tip, I don't care. So it's a great vape. It holds a ton of liquid, 5 mils, I believe. Tons and tons of liquid. Let me bring it up real quick. I bought this from eciggity.com. Bringing up a little of the statistics and information about this device. I believe this goes for around 30 bucks. E-Ciggity is a little bit more expensive than everybody else, so it is what it is, I guess. If you can find it cheaper, that's great. $30.99. It's on sale. How about that? Alright, so the Starre tank has 4 out of 5 stars on 50 plus reviews. Okay, so the Starre tank, aka the McGannis tank, is available now. What'd I tell you? McGannis Starre tank. It's the same damn thing. 22 millimeters organic dual vertical coils at 0.25 or 0.5. I could have swore there was a 1.2, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was all 0.5s. I did have the 0.2 and it operated just like the 0.5. However, I took it up to like 70 or 80 watts. Quality wise, it was almost the same vape. It wasn't worth wasting my battery on, so I just stuck with the 0.5s. I got lots of the 0.5s. Got lots of coils. What else? We got 5 milliliter tank capacity, and I would say it's pretty damn spot on to 5 mils. 2 huge airflows with 6 different settings, which is 100% accurate. Wide bore drip tip, 100% accurate. When you buy this, you will get the tank, the drip tip, 2 coils. It's got the 2.25 and the 0.5, and 1 extra glass, which I did not mention. When you open up the back, you'll see on the back here is some information as well as an extra tank and your other coil. Basic packaging, but it works 100%. No issues. Really been enjoying this tank. It's been my favorite of the sub-ohm tanks. Yeah, as you see my Arctic, I haven't even gone through all the coils. The Starre has just been my go-to tank. It is the best tank I've owned. I really do love it. Now that we've talked about the Starre, let's go back and hit this guy real quick. I'm going to start off a little low, break this coil in a little bit. That's an interesting flavor. Wow. Sorry, I'm just breaking it in a little bit. Some bubbles floating to the top. Make sure we got good wicking going. Let's bump it up to 45 watts at 3.3 volts. Strong. A lot of airflow in that 6 milligram. Woo! We're bumping up to 50. I'm not sure if I like this juice. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence at the moment. It's got like a warm, it's got something else to it. It's not all lemon berry. I'm not sure what that is, but it's, the custard is interesting. Needless to say, this thing vapes amazing. We'll talk about the Billow soon. Starre, 5 out of 5. If you're looking for a sub-ohm tank, this is the one to get right now. 30 bucks. This thing has not failed me. The coils usually tend to last anywhere from a week and a half to 3 weeks, depending on how much you vape and how much you go through liquid. I filled it up this morning, a couple hours ago, and you crazy, I've gone through about 1.5 mils or so. It does burn through juice. You're fine at 50 watts. I mean, that's to be considered. The airflow is a little loose for me, so what I do is I put a tighter drip tip on it, and I enjoy that a little bit more. But overall, the Starre is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I can't say enough good things about it. Great tank. If you're looking for a sub-ohm tank, this is the way to go. Buy the Starre sub-ohm tank. You can get it at eSiggity, eSig Avenue, Vape NW all have it, and I believe they're all around the same price range of about 30 bucks. So make sure you check it out. So that's what I got for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoy a little build, a little juice, and some talk about the Starre sub-ohm tank. So until next time, Lego PC. Peace.